Hello there! Welcome to ATPBIO. This is Mr. Suarez, and in this video we're going to be talking about ecology. This is the first part of a series of videos in regard to this topic. In this particular video, we're going to be focusing in two different sections. The first one will be the definition of ecology. I believe that in order to understand what is ecology, obviously you need to know the definition. In addition, we're going to go over the biological levels of organization. So, what is ecology? Ecology refers basically to the study of the interaction between organisms and the environment. So in this picture, for example, you have a tree and a bird, and you have a big cat trying to get a bird. So that interaction between the tree, the cat, rivers, animals, rocks, that is what ecology is going to be studying about. So now that you know what ecology is, let's talk about the biological levels of organization. As you probably already know, life has different levels of organization. As you can see in this graphic, there are 14 different levels. I have organized them in the order from the smallest one to the largest and most inclusive. I also have color-coded them so that it will be easy to visualize and keep them organized. The first one is atom, then molecule, organelle. This section usually is about molecular biology. Then you have in blue, you're going to have cells, which is the basic unit of life, tissue, organ system, organism. This is usually about anatomy and physiology. And then you have species, population, community, ecosystem, biome, and biosphere. This one in green, and they are the last 6 of the levels, are the one that ecology are going to be focusing on. So let's see what is a species. Species is a group of similar organisms that can breed and produce fertile offsprings. What's the meaning of offspring? That's just the product of reproduction. For example, you and I, we are the product of our parents. So we are the offspring of our parents. Now, for an example on a species, let's say you see this particular rabbit here. Let's assume that there is a group of rabbits that can breed among themselves and they could produce more baby rabbits. That is a species. And you can see here this guy, Mr. Rabbit, he apparently met with Mrs. Rabbit, and they have been having more baby rabbits. So they are one species of rabbit. Again, this is the definition of offspring. It's like the product of reproduction, and you have an example in there. Let's go ahead and let's move on to the next level of organization. That will be population. What is a population? A population is a group of individuals that belong to the same species and live in the same area. For example, a group of rabbits interacting among themselves and they happen to live in the same location. So before, you have Mr. Rabbit and Mrs. Rabbit having a bunch of baby rabbits, and now you have a group of rabbits that are black, a group of rabbits that are brown, and they interact with one another. This is a population. So basically, the brown rabbit species is interacting with the black rabbit species, and because of that interaction, you could see here that there is a population of rabbits. The next level of organization is community. What is a community? It is a group of different populations that live together in a defined area. For example, a group of rabbits, snakes, or goats, when they interact with one another, but they are located in the same physical location, this is called a community. You could see in this graphic, I'm trying to represent several trees that eventually they obviously interact with rabbits, goats, and eventually you will see a snake popping up. I'm trying to represent that interaction, which is the definition of a community. After a community, the next level of organization is ecosystem. What is an ecosystem? All the organisms that live in the same place, interacting with one another and with the environment, is an ecosystem. In this case, I'm going to represent a group of rabbits among other animals, different species of trees. They are going to be interacting not just with one another, but also with the environment. The tree depends upon the sunlight for photosynthesis, and many animals depend on these trees for food. In addition, you have the snake interacting with rabbits, and also the snake interacting with, for example, rocks in order to hide and find a place to live. This is an ecosystem. The next level is biome. Biome is a group of ecosystems that share similar climates and typical organisms. A biome, for example, could be the rainforest in the Amazon. These rainforests have pretty much similar type of organisms. They have tall, large vegetations, they have big leaves, they have exotic animals. All of these organisms are adapted to the same type of climate. This ecosystem is called a biome. In addition to the tropical rainforest, you could have Arctic and also desert, among many other biomes that exist in our planet. Now let's talk about the final and most inclusive of all ecological levels, the biosphere. The biosphere is our entire planet with all of its organisms, all of its physical environment. That is called biosphere. Biosphere is the most inclusive ecological level and includes species, population, community, ecosystem, and biome. All of that combined is biosphere. Okay, let's take a moment and let's put this into practice. Let's use this exercise. I suggest that you take your notes and take some good notes so you can practice what we have learned. Let's fill in the blank. In a few, you will be seeing two sentences and several words that will be located in the bottom, in the word bank. You need to pick one or two words and then complete in the blank. The first sentence is, all organisms that live in the same place together, interacting with their physical environment, it is known as and blank. The first choice is biosphere. If you think that is correct, you can pick that word. Biome, species. You can also choose atom, organelle, ecosystem. The second sentence, and what I suggest is for you to wait for all the words to be presented. The second sentence is, a blank is a group of individuals that belong to the same species and live in the same area. You can choose from all of the existing words plus cell, molecule, tissue, organ, organism, community, organ system, population. You have 10 seconds for the first sentence. And the correct answer is, you got it, ecosystem. You now have another 10 seconds for the second sentence, and I want to take this opportunity to bring up to your attention that all the levels of organization are color-coded and organized as a summary. The correct choice for this second sentence is population. If you have any questions, if you are still having any issues with these levels of organization, please feel free to leave a comment, and I will be very happy to answer any questions you have, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Now, I also advise you for you to subscribe to the channel and to follow up with my part 2 of this topic. Thank you. Please remember to subscribe, like, and comment right below. And if you're interested in knowing what's happening in my classroom, follow me on Instagram at ATPBIO. Remember, science is fun. Thank you and have a good day.